guys, Wells Knight here, and welcome back to another episode from the Hermitcraft server. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I'm having a fantastic day. I want to apologize for the lack of Hermitcraft episodes over the last couple weeks. There's been a lot of stuff going on. I got sick for a little while. My wife got sick for a little while. We had a friend come and visit for a few days. Long story short, just had a lot of IRL stuff that has kind of gotten in the way of making videos. But in the last episode, Joe Hills decided to collect on an IOU, and we agreed to renovate this farm and make it look all pretty. We're going to make it all medieval-y, and it should be good. But I was talking with Joe at the time, and I asked him about the redstone, because you can see here it's sort of laid out all on the ground and stuff like that. And it's very much kind of in the way. Like if I were to just decorate this as it is right now, I would either need to do away with the redstone entirely, / move it, or just bring the build like way out larger than it actually needs to be. So I talked with Joe and I offered to rework the redstone for this farm. So the way that this works, if my understanding of it is correct, is he's got a lever here that goes into a massive chain of repeaters, so it's slow, so that the pulse takes a long time to like work its way around. This is very similar to what is used for like the mob farm that I built this season, for example. Actually, no, that one now runs off of a hopper clock. But this is similar to a version I used to use for the farm in Other Worlds. And then it comes to here and it splits off in two directions. And splitting this way, it works its way up and fires these dispensers, which have water buckets in them. And then it fires them again afterwards. And then going down here, this goes to some other dispensers that have bone meal, and these will fire as well. So I agreed to rework this redstone, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it significantly more compact, and then I'm also going to bury it underground. So the only actual redstone that will be in the way of the build here, like when we design it and make it all pretty, is essentially just this one line right here. This is the only part that's actually still going to be sort of exposed, I guess you would say. And we'll cover this up with like a facade, some sort of like fake, wall or something like that to cover this up as well. So let's actually jump over into my creative testing world so I can show you the redstone solution that I came up with. Okay, so here we are in my creative testing world for Hermitcraft, and this is essentially my solution. So let's turn it off temporarily. Basically what we've got is an Etho hopper clock right here. So this will put everything on a timer, basically. I've got it set to 16 blocks, I believe, but we will adjust that as needed. Because I haven't worked out the exact timing and stuff. We'll work that out once we're actually on the Hermitcraft server properly, because some of the distances will be different and stuff like that. But anyway, we've got a Etho hopper clock that then runs into a monostable circuit. For those of you who aren't familiar with redstone, a monostable circuit basically turns a lever into a button. So normally this redstone block that goes back and forth would output a constant redstone signal, but we don't want that. We want it to pulse because it needs to trigger dispensers. So we use a monostable circuit here, which essentially is just a sticky piston facing up with a block on top and the repeater going into it, and that turns that lever, that constant pulse, or that constant redstone signal, into a button, into just a short redstone pulse. So you'll notice, if we unfreeze the system, when this block comes back, we'll get a quick pulse here, and then it turns off right away as this block goes up and breaks the connection. So then, from here, it goes and it splits in a few different ways. This would go to the dispensers that have bone meal in them, right? And that's just very simple. It's just one single pulse, so it doesn't matter. And then this one has one pulse that goes straight to the water dispensers. And then it also splits here and goes through just a few repeaters that are at max delay. So we basically get a second pulse right afterwards, and it comes out right afterwards. So you can see it works its way around, and then it pulses again to shut off the water. So that when this thing fires, we get the full amount of water extension, and then it instantly retracts as soon as the water is all the way out, because the water is there to break the flowers and stuff like that. So that's basically it. It's pretty straightforward. Hopper clock, monostable circuit, and then a little bit of a timing, split sort of thing here. But I think it should work. And then the nice thing about this is we can basically power and we can turn it on and off all with a single lever by just basically locking these hoppers. If we lock one of the hoppers, it's good to go. And then we don't have to worry about, any complicated... I think the way Joe has it set up right now, he's like breaking a repeater to turn it off or something like that. And that's obviously less than ideal. So we'll hook him up with a little bit more of a clean, sort of compact, and just, it'll just be a better redstone system than he's working are hard. Than what he is working with at the moment. I can't English today, guys. It's okay. Anyway, so I'm going to jump back on the Hermitcraft server, and I'm going to build this and bury it, and then we'll be able to get to work on making the building actually look pretty. Well, my friends, I think I've got the redstone all wired up. I'm not going to cover it in detail since we just did in the creative testing world, and it's much easier to see what's going on there. But it's all wired up, and I've tested it. It's working flawlessly. So that's great. Now, the next thing we need to do is actually start thinking about the facade. And I think what we want to do is sort of lay out a basic framework. If you remember last episode, I agreed to build this as long as Joe provided the resources. And there's a fair amount of resources that he's left in these chests. But I don't think it's going to be enough. So I think what I'm probably going to end up doing is sort of laying out the framework, and I'll basically fill in as much of it as I can until I run out of resources. And I'll try to do it in such a way that Joe should be able to just kind of look and see, oh, okay, I just got to finish filling in, this wall or this roof or whatever to make it easy for him. Kind of like a Minecraft coloring book, kind of, it's like paint by numbers. So yeah, facade first. Also, this lever is what locks the hoppers, and what I'm going to ultimately do is connect this redstone line up to a lever on the front of the building, so he'll be able to come up to like a wall here-ish and just flip the lever to turn on the farm. This is a temporary redstone line. But if we look at the building, we've got kind of like this little bit that sort of sticks out here, and then also a bit that kind of sticks out here. Why is there a hole here? Anyway, seriously, why is there a hole here? Why not just run whatever? Anyway, there's a little sticky outy bit here as well. And I think it actually kind of bothers me that these are uneven. But we're going to be making a facade that's going to cover up this whole thing anyway, so I think that's fine. So let's say that this is our facade. So let's go maybe to like here, right? This would be like one edge. And then the other would be like here. Actually, no, we got to bring it out more because it's got to cover up that wall as well. So this would be our other corner. And then let's just check and see. Is this an odd number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is. Beautiful. Okay, so the idea is I think I want to have like a triangle roof here. And then we'll put a separate triangle roof here. But we also got to figure out the distance. Although we want this to be sticking out, don't we? So we probably want this to come here. I think. Yeah, let me get this worked out. I'll try to get the framework and foundation sort of laid out before we fill everything in, and I will update you in just a moment. All right, I think I have a decent framework sort of laid out here. So this is kind of what we're working with. I gotta be honest, it's a little bit of an awkward shape to sort of build around, but I think I managed to kind of make it work. Obviously, it's not finished yet. We need to detail it and everything like that, but this is kind of the base that we'll be working off of. And I think it works out pretty well. I've got the roof sort of figured out. That took me way longer than it should have because of the weird sort of shape and stuff, but it made it work. It's fine. And then, you know, really the only thing that I need to sort out is how in the world is Joe actually going to get into his farm? Because this is a roof. I mean, I suppose we could put like an entrance here, or you know what we could actually do is maybe over on this side, maybe over here we could add like a little balcony, which would also make this wall way more interesting. And then that's how he will get into the farm. We'll just put like a little balcony here with a door. Because it's a manual farm. It's not you turn it on and everything gets automatically collected. It's a farm where you actually go in there and you pick up the flowers and stuff like that yourself. So he needs a way to actually get inside. And I think, yeah, we'll do like a little balcony area over here. And then I may actually have enough. There might be enough spruce that I can finish the roof, which would be great. Although I also think we've got kind of sort of like a stone foundation here, and I was considering maybe covering this up with like spruce fences underneath these stairs going down, so it's almost like it's holding in the stone. But I don't know. And then we just got like some window facades and little things like that. It's not crazy detailed, but obviously I need to finish this stuff first. And I don't think I'm really going to make this a crazy detailed build either. It's a lot easier to detail builds when you like plan them from the beginning and you have like a shape and stuff in mind. And honestly, this is one of the few builds I've done in a while that I haven't actually planned it in creative mode first. I'm just kind of winging this one, so I'm going to keep working on it, and we'll see what we come up with. Okay, I think I have finished it. It's still not, like, perfect, but at the same time, before I go any further with it, I think I want to see how Joe feels about it. You know, make sure he's good with everything before I go, like, crazy deep on, you know, fixing up things and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to meet up with him, and we'll get his thoughts on the matter. Hello, Joe.
Howdy, Wells.
I've done a thing.
Ooh, I love things.
Don't we all? Things are great. Let me show you what I've done. So I owed you. I don't owe you now. My O has been duh.
Wow.
That probably doesn't even make sense, but like
yeah. It looks like you paid me what I was owed. This is already looking fantastic just from over here.
I'm glad you like it. So I've done some things, and I wanted to give you kind of a rundown, and also make some suggestions as to how you could take it further if you so desire.
Well, I love personalizing things. Yeah. So yeah, go for it.
It's up to you. So I went with a very simple, just kind of, you know, classic Minecraft medieval sort of style. Kind of, you know, it's simple but effective. Gets the job done. It was kind of a weird shape to work with, but I made it work. Your entrance to the farm is up here. Right here.
Oh, okay.
And there's a door that will take you inside the farm. So you can just pop in here. I did not really do much with lighting.
Okay.
You're welcome to, like, I think what's here right now. Yeah, technically, if you're fine with torches being in the middle of the ground, this will actually work. Everything is currently lit. But you may want to rework the lighting if you so desire, because it's not, I mean, I'm pretty sure the water's going to break the torches that are on the ground. So
yeah. Okay, I could add like some glowstone where the basalt is around the edges or something.
yeah, that, or you could hang like some lanterns from the ceiling, or like whatever you want to do. However you wanted to handle it, I wanted to leave that up to you. So the lighting is one thing. Now we got to get out of here.
Here's an ender pearl if you need.
Almost.
That works.
I almost made the door. Not quite. I was trying to go through the door in that, but hey, it gets the job done. Okay, so then over here. Go away, Endermite. Right here is your on-off switch.
Okay.
So it's currently set to off. You flip the lever. So down is on, up is off. Makes sense.
Got it.
The redstone line runs behind this wall. So if for some reason you need to access the redstone,
okay,
you'll probably have to do it. You may have to just like bust your way into the wall. Like here.
Okay. So this is the safe place to knock out. Okay.
Yeah, like right here. Basically, you've got just a redstone line that goes to the lever. And then it pops down here and goes to all the fancy clock stuff.
Ooh, the fancy clock stuff is actually what I was hoping to learn from you on.
Yeah, so I can give you a quick rundown on this. It's pretty straightforward. You have an Etho Hopper clock. Are you familiar with the Etho Hopper clock, or do you need me to explain the Etho Hopper clock to you?
I know that Etho created the hopper clock, but I would love an explanation because I actually am building a second flower farm that I've decorated myself to look like the cabin from Evil Dead, and I'm going to need to put one of these in the basement of that.
Oh, cool. Okay, so basically it's really simple. You lay out the comparators and the hoppers like this, right? These two hoppers go into each other, and you put however many items you want. The more items you put in, the longer the clock will be. And as the items go back and forth, it'll basically push the piston, right? It'll activate these pistons, and they'll switch this redstone block back and forth.
And the redstone block will lock the piston from, or lock the hopper from receiving or sending?
No, the redstone block is your output.
Oh, interesting.
What's locking the hoppers right now is this redstone line. A redstone block itself actually won't lock hoppers.
Interesting. Okay, that's cool.
So if I pop up here and I hit this lever, I have 9 items in there right now, so it's relatively fast. I timed it so that it's just fast enough that you get the bone meal, and then the water is out just long enough to fully extend, and then it's retracted.
Nice.
That's how I timed it. So that's basically how this works. And as this thing passes back and forth, this redstone block. Where'd you go? You disappeared.
It doesn't look like the water's actually coming down.
Should be. Hold on.
You want to come up the stairs here and check
let
it
me
out?
verify.
I haven't touched anything. I mean, there's stairs back here.
Maybe I messed something up. Let me come look. If I can get through the maze of redstone. This one, here we go. Okay, let me see. Did I mess something up?
So right now, it's not triggering more bone meal because the water hasn't been triggered to clear.
I think I see the problem.
There we go. Good.
Yeah, I had to move some of the existing redstone, and I think I went just a little bit too far, so that the signal wasn't quite reaching anymore. So I just had to add a repeater.
Gotcha. I'm just gonna put in some new replacement torches, kind of at the second level here, not too close to the water. Perfect. Oh, this is great, Wells. I love this. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad it's working for you.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to make everything we sell so much easier. And I'm going to go down there and not actually physically rip apart, but I'm going to, mentally process this entire little etho clock here, look over some stuff online about them, and then hopefully rebuild a working one underneath my Evil Dead cabin.
Yeah, I can give you the slightly more detailed rundown, basically. I just got to find my way back in. So you've got the etho hopper clock, right? That's your timer that controls how fast it goes, right? Mm-hmm. And then from there, it goes to this output. This is what's called a monostable circuit. This piston with the repeater going into it and the block on top, right? Mm-hmm. A monostable circuit basically turns a lever into a button. That's the easiest way to explain it, right? Because normally the redstone block would be a constant signal, but you want just a pulse. So that's what this is doing. It's turning that lever, the redstone block, into a button, just a quick pulse, right?
Oh, that makes sense.
And then right here, this block that I'm standing on right now, it splits. The signal splits 3 ways. This one goes to your dispensers that have bone meal, right? Because we need the bone meal to fire first.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then it also splits to this line, which goes to your dispensers with water in them, right? But we want to make sure that the water gets 2 pulses, right? Because you want 1 pulse to extend the water and then a second pulse afterwards to retract the water, right?
Oh, that makes sense.
So that's what this third line right here is. It just adds 4 full repeaters worth of delay so that you get 1 pulse here, and then 4 repeaters later you get a second pulse to retract the water.
It's so simple. It's elegant. I love it.
That's the whole thing. That's the whole redstone. It's just basically this quick little. That's it. That's all there is to it. And then when you want to turn it off, you just flip the lever up here, like so, and that redstone will lock these hoppers on the etho hopper clock, and that basically freezes the clock, so it'll just turn off.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and then when you unflip the lever, it unlocks the hoppers, and the whole thing starts going again. So there you go.
I appreciate it. I consider this debt fully paid. Thank you so much, Wells.
Okay, awesome. You didn't see the backside. Good to go. We are fully square. All right. Hey, no takesy backsies.
Oh no. Let me go see the. Let me go check the back while we're. Oh, that's fine. It feels.
I mean, look, terraforming wasn't part of the contract. Okay.
No, and I know how to terraform this. I can clean that up myself. This is already great.
I kind of did some I filled in the back of the wall for the build, but that's about all I did. I didn't do anything with windows and stuff back there because I wanted to make sure that you'd be willing to do the terraforming. But now you said we're good, so no takesy backsies.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's playground rules. I've seen the Squid Game. I'm not going to break playground rules.
There you go. And you're welcome to decorate stuff however you feel so inclined.
Well, I certainly will. Thank you, Wills. This is fantastic.
Good. I'm glad you like it. If you need assistance further, please contact your customer service representative.
I will do, and I'm assuming that's Horsehead Farms.
Yes. Yes, all complaints may be filed with Horsehead Farms. And there we have it, my friends, another project in the books. I think I'm going to try really, really hard to start getting these Hermitcraft episodes out to you a little bit more quickly. Next episode, I think we're going to tackle this room here. This is going to be the storage room, our permanent storage room for our base. We're a little bit behind where I was hoping to be. I was kind of hoping to have this whole castle built by now, but life happens. So sometimes real life gets in the way, and it is what it is. But yeah, I think next episode we'll come work on this. I also have some other projects around the server that I really want to tackle as well, besides just the base, so stay tuned for that. But I think that is going to do it for today's episode. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.